It all started when I decided to do a summer course here in Europe. It's taking place in France actually, and it's a music course geared toward like Western classical vocal studies. So I'm going to Nice, and this is happening in July. My father is a composer and indologist, educator, etc., etc. I admire my father so much. He's really such a passionate musician, and he's gotten to travel and write for commissioned works such as this performance entitled Sharad, and Sharad actually means autumn, so it celebrated the season of autumn through Indian music and dance in The Hague. So for that performance he wrote the music, and I was lucky enough to come and be a part of the performance. I got to sing and meet some wonderful people, and got a little taste for the Dutch culture, and I'm so very happy to be back. I love it here. Many times the text in my father's works are from the Vedas and ancient Indian scriptures, accompanied by a live orchestra, a choir, and then visuals, dance, and there's so much activity going on. And my role in this is generally to do some of the lead singing portions, so maybe call and response with the choir, a few solo pieces, and actually a lot of the times I'm backstage working on the multimedia effects, or even stage managing sometimes, because I feel like I know the music so well. And my favorite of these is definitely Shanti, A Journey of Peace. And this work is it's a large-scale production with a 150-member choir. The message it conveys is beautiful. The music is just seamless, and I'd love to keep having Shanti performed, all over the world one day. I'd love to see it even here, maybe in Holland. This is actually a text from, it's in Sanskrit, and the meaning of the text is actually, may all be blessed with boundless joy, may all be free from needless fear, and in this world of harmony may peace and joy prevail. And it says follows. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu. And this is actually a theme that you hear all throughout the show, and it ends in kind of a climax where we have the audience members even participating sometimes, and we're singing this on a loop, and there's just so much joy just through the presence of sharing music in that space. I think in many ways it's almost been like training for me. I've always been by his side in the music composition process, in the rehearsal process, so I've seen it firsthand, and I've been involved, so it's really a part of me, and I really hope to carry on what it is that he's doing now, and I love his compositions with all my heart, so I want them to be performed all over the world by musicians all over the world. So I really do hope to carry on his legacy, and in the future, maybe add my own flair to it as well. So yeah, definitely I hope to follow in his footsteps. I've been studying both Western and Indian classical from a young age, so I've always known how to properly draw distinctions between, you know, theory, technique, etc. And I've seen my dad, you know, as an example of somebody bringing these two worlds together, you know, whether writing raga-based music for an orchestra or writing, you know, Indian chants notated for a Western choir. So I've always been surrounded by ideas like this that have inspired me to pursue in my own projects. So one of the most recent collaborations I did was just with some of my friends, other students at my conservatory. I study at the College Conservatory of Music in Cincinnati, Ohio. And I mean, there is so much talent there, it's overwhelming. So I took one of my favorite Meera bhajans, Hari Tumharo, and I wrote it as an arrangement, a pretty non-traditional arrangement for myself to sing, of course, and with accompaniment by harp. So for this, I of course had to write the arrangement in like fully Western notation, and I asked one of my friends to play it for me, and we recorded it. Actually, it was recorded by a student, somebody who was studying audio engineering at my conservatory, and then filmed by a student there as well. So it was completely, it was a huge learning experience actually. I really look up to the legacy kind of created by Ravi Shankar and now Anushka Shankar. I think I actually met her once when I was really young, and I was like inspired by her, and I follow her, and I really like the kind of best of both image she's created for herself, and of course other amazing kind of fusion YouTubers with Indian music like Shankar Thakur. I really enjoy his music as well, so maybe one day I'll have the chance to work with him. My plans consist of, well, for the time being, I've got 1 year left in conservatory, so I really want to make the most of that year. I'm planning a senior recital, so that's my big next step, which will be kind of my, I mean, it's a senior recital, so I'll be showing off everything I've learned, and I definitely plan to go on to study. In graduate school, I'd like to study vocal performance, continue my personal performance and technique, and at the same time, I know, as we discussed before, the Western world and the Indian world are so far apart, and I really want to find a middle ground there, because I myself exist as, you know, a tangible piece of the connection that is there between these two very different worlds. So I would love to reach out to other artists like myself, possibly collaborate, you know, record more, create more music, and just, you know, make as many connections as I can with the music world.